Hello everyone, and thank you for viewing the very first ever Tasty Squad review. Tasty Squad is a brand new YouTube channel started by myself and a few friends, simply centered around gaming. I'm the Tasty Nosnibor, and today we'll be looking at The Witcher 3's second expansion, Blood and Wine. Now Blood and Wine picks up a few years after the events of the main game, where Geralt is summoned by the Duchess of Toussaint herself, Anna Henrietta, to hunt down and kill the monster simply known as the Beast of Beauclair. And since I don't want to give any more details of the story away, I'm just going to stop right there. Okay everyone, I'm just going to level with you here. These three things that I'm about to complain about are me scraping the bottom of the barrel. It's my absolute bitchiest bitch level of bitch. And in no way did these three things truly do anything to dampen my time with this expansion. I loved it from start to finish, and this is literally the most bottom of the barrel negative thoughts I can form about the game. And those three things were Shelmars, giant centipedes, and the acrospores. Fuck the acrospores. Fuck them to hell. Honestly, I hate the acrospores so much. They were such a chore to fight that half the time I saw one, I would just turn around and run them the other way. I would find any way around them that I possibly could. And it's not even the fact that they're that hard of an enemy or that they have that much health. It's that acid they spit at you. That acid slows you down and it poisons you and it will kill you fast as shit. But once you get in and be able to hit the acrospore, you can finish them off in just 4 or 5 hits, and they're nothing. It's the simple act of getting to them that's a pain in the ass, and it's just such a chore. It's not fun, and I simply tried to avoid it as often as I possibly could. Now, as far as the giant centipedes go, everything I said about the acrospore except change shooting acid spit to burrowing underground like little bitches. They're such a pain in the ass because it's hard to get in and actually attack them. But again, like the acrospore, once you finally do get in and land a few solid hits, they're done. It was nothing. It's simply the fact that I don't want to play a game of whack-a-mole. It's simply not worth it. As you can tell, with these new enemies, it's simply the fact that it's hard to get in and actually attack them. And the Shelmar is no different, except this time around it's even harder because his area in which you can hit them is even smaller, they're tougher, and they will kill you in seconds. They have a little Sonic the Hedgehog roly-poly-oly mode they'll go into, and they will roll your ass down and you're done. The only good way I found to fight them was to dance around them, wait for them to open themselves up, cast Igni, maybe get one sword hit, and you just had to simply wait for those opportunities to come. Sometimes fighting a Shelmar could take up to 10 minutes, and it was just a monotonous chore that drove me crazy. And that's it. Those 3 new enemies were the only thing in this expansion that really bothered me. And they bothered me so little because 90% of the time I would just run the other way that I'm telling you guys, I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel here to find a complaint. So now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to the positive, amazing things that Blood and Wine does. Now again, I'm not going to give away any story details. I'm simply going to say that the story in Blood and Wine is phenomenal. 10 out of 10 for me. It is the greatest thing this expansion has to offer. It's almost Game of Thrones-esque with its twist and its turns, and you simply have to check it out for yourself because it's one hell of a ride. The new area of Toussaint itself was wonderful, from its environment to its new people, Witcher contracts, secondary quests, Venter missions. It was just all nice to explore and get into. It really felt like you stepped into wine country with its vineyards and its hills and its nice vibrant colors, participating in knights tournaments. The people were goofy, the Witcher contracts were interesting, The side missions were fun. The Winter missions were always a nice way to make cash. It just had so much to offer, and it was so beautiful to look at the entire time. It was wonderfully done. The Grandmaster Witcher level armor was a great inclusion. Finally, we could upgrade our Master level Witcher armor to become even stronger. And not only that, but these Grandmaster levels provided their own unique perks that only these armors could obtain. If you were wearing 3 or 6 pieces of the armor, you would get 1 or 2 additional perks that no other armor set could provide in the rest of the game. And that was a great idea. Not only that, but the new Witcher armors could be dyed. So say you're like me, someone who's more about cosmetics than actual perks and skill, and you like, say, how an armor looked, but it's not its color, you could finally change that and make everything look exactly how you wanted. And that was just brilliant, because now it appeals to everyone. It appeals to the person that wants these certain stat. It appeals to this person that likes the way this looks but wish it was in a different color. And it was such a great inclusion. And it's nice that they're really letting you delve into this Witcher stuff and making it unique, because in fact you are a Witcher. The Witcher stuff should be the coolest, best stuff the game has to offer. Also, the swords. I really liked all the Knights of Tucson swords. They had cool looking blades. Again, coming from a cosmetic point of view, I liked how they looked. They all looked interesting. They all looked badass. Very unique to each knight themselves. And it was nice when you got a hold of one of these swords. I picked up the Squire sword very early on in the expansion. I put some nice runes on it, and I carried it for the rest of the expansion. It was wonderful. Not only that, but the addition of Arid Knight, the new silver sword that's basically the Witcher's version of Excalibur, is given to you here. And what makes Arid Knight so awesome was the fact that it could scale up with you damage-wise. Each time you leveled up, you had a chance to level up Arid Knight 10 points of max damage. There was a trick to it. You had to hit an enemy 10 times without taking a hit to get it fully charged, and once you had it fully charged, you had to kill the enemy with the fully charged Arid Knight. Then it would usually go up anywhere from 1 to 3 points of damage. But you're a fan of RPGs if you're watching this review, so you obviously grind. So that was no problem at all. Go find some drowners, level up your Arid Knight each time you level up. It's as simple as that. Now let's talk about mutations. Mutations are a new skill tree introduced into this expansion, and they work pretty much exactly like how the normal skills worked already, except you needed ability points and mutagens to obtain them. But that's okay, because the mutations were super strong skills. It was like Geralt took steroids. I myself rocked the Ard one for most of the expansion, because who doesn't want to explode an enemy on impact every chance they could possibly get? And trust me when I say I probably exploded like 100 people throughout the course of this playthrough, and it was wonderful. Alright, so I myself would rank this expansion a 10 out of 10. I would recommend it to anyone that likes RPGs, The Witcher, Dragon Age, Skyrim, Oblivion, or if you're a fan of the books and have never checked out the games, I would strongly urge you to start with this one. This was the first Witcher I played, and I loved it. It has literally moved up to my favorite game of all time, from any console, from any year, from any generation. It just has so much to offer. This was the first game I played that felt next gen, and CD Projekt Red, I hope you do great things in the future. I know you're done with The Witcher, but I will gladly pick up anything you put out, because I know you put your hearts and your souls into your work, and I thank you for providing such a great gameplay experience here. So again, I rank this a nice 10 out of 10. I recommend you get it right now. And guys, thank you for viewing this review. Please like Tasty Squad's channel. Please subscribe to us. Tell your friends. Tell anyone you know. And thank you so much for viewing this. This was my first review. Please leave any encouraging comments you can. And as always, please stay tasty. I'm Nasnibor and I'm out.